hating you, I mean, and by hating you, they're trying to get you to stoop down to their level to make you hate them. Look, man. So I mean, at what point does somebody just say this is dysfunction junction, man? This is highly dysfunctional. Like we have a like I have a kid with this person. This person is acting off the hook, and you know you just it's not even about trying to be the better parent. It's not even about taking the higher road. It's not about that, because that all in itself is pride. Come to the true realization that it's just it's not a dumb situation, but the other person is just being it's just like, don't even pay it any mind, man. Like, really. I mean, it is what it is. I know it's a lot easier for me to, but you know what, I've been through a lot too, and I had to go through a lot to get to this point. Really, I've shed my tears. I've had my days. I know what it's like to sit there and just throw $100 bills and bags of money at you know when you don't even really get to spend time with your kid at all. You know, I know what that's like, and I know what it's like to sit there and have to fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight just to, um, you know, just to see your kid. I mean, just for an hour a week, that's all I had was supervised visitation, and that's a very, that happens all the time in these cases. Like in my situation, I had the district that, I was pulled into a little office. I think I mentioned this on one of my other videos. Whatever. I'm not going to get all into the situation, but I was pulled into a little office within the courthouse, and a bunch of people were, sitting at the table, lawyers, judges. I think there were some district attorneys there too. I don't know why, whatever, but they handed me a paper and they wanted me to sign on a dotted line, and I was like, what is this? And they were like, "We want you to sign. This is like it has something to do with child support." They basically wanted me to sign my kid away, and just agree to. I don't even really know what it was. I shoved the papers in their face, man. I was like, I want to be a father to my kid, because they were trying to get me to sell my kid out. They were trying to get me to um sign off. Just kind of basically just sign papers to just agree that I'll pay child support for 18 years, and the mother could just take my kid and just whatever. Like, they were really trying to get me to sign off on this, dude. And I took the papers and I shoved them off the table. I'm like, dude, I want to be a father to my kid. Are you serious? I mean, I was 20 years old. I really couldn't wrap my brain around what was going on. I just knew something, something wasn't right. I mean, come on. You don't have to be, Inspector Gadget to have a light bulb go off in your head. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, they're sitting there like basically, you know, they're like my signature. I mean, she ended up taking off with my kid anyways, whatever. But I told them no. I'm like, I'm like, it has something to do with child support. It happened so long ago, but they like in the meeting they said that they said what did they say? They said something about I was never going to see my kid again, and but I had to pay child support for 18 years or something. Um, you know, I was just like, I'm not going to sign this. Are you serious? Like 18 to 21 years? Okay, well, I'll pay. I have no problem doing that, but I mean, like, I want to be a father to my kid. It wasn't even about the money at all. Forget the money, man. I had no problem doing that. But you want me to sit here and sign my family, my baby girl, to just no, I'm not going to do that. So then they started taunting me and getting sarcastic with me, talking about oh, so you're a nice father, you don't want to pay child support. I'm like, no, it had nothing to do with child support. They knew that, man. Come on now. I don't really know what the mom said, but the mom knows better. I was there front and center with money, diapers, formula, all that stuff. But and they knew that too. Come on, man. But they just really try to get the ball rolling with my signature, what is going to be the starting point. I wouldn't sign the papers, man. I flung the papers off the table. I said I want to be a father to my kid, and I finally got I got supervised visitation for an hour. So then I signed the child support papers, the child support papers to agree to child support. I ended up signing those papers, but they wanted me to sign off on some other, like, I don't even really know what it was, man. They were just telling me all kinds of stuff, you know, and they wanted me. It was like I said, it was a child support thing, and they said that uh I was never going to see her again, and I had to pay child support for 18 years and 21 years and this and that, and and I wouldn't sign it because they wouldn't let me see my kid, and I was like, I'm not going to sign this if you don't let me be a father to my kid. I don't like. It's not even about the money, man. I don't care about the money. It's just I want to be a father to my kid. Like I said in my other videos, I mean, man, it's a slip of the tongue, I tell you. My daughter was my idea, so obviously I wasn't just some slime bag who just, walks around like a stray dog and, you know, sticks it to females and just pops out puppies left and right. I'm not like that. I'm not a stray dog. My daughter was, to me was born with a purpose, and I had every intention of loving her and being there for her. And I loved her then. I fell in love with her the first time I laid my eyes on her. And, I love her now. But it was just one of those things that they just wanted me to sign off, or sign off on child support. And I was gonna do that, man. I said, let me see my kid. So I finally got an hour a week in a supervised visitation, and that lasted for 3 weeks, and then the mother just took off with her, and I haven't seen her since. That was the last time I saw my kid, was when she was like not even 2 years old. This was in 2001. I think it was like in the summertime sometime, like before her birthday. It might even have been like, I don't know, June or July. I don't even think it was. Maybe it was August. I don't know. Maybe she was 2. I don't think she was. She didn't look like she was 2 to me. I think she might have been close to it though. I don't think maybe it quite wasn't her birthday. Maybe it was a little after. I don't know. But I don't know, somewhere around there. She was either like 1.5, 1 3/4, or like maybe 2 or a little bit more than that. But it was right around there. And so I mean that's a little tidbit of my story, and this might have happened to some of you. So whatever. But my point is just get on with it, man. Really, you know, just get on with your life and forgive these people. Forgive the judges. Forgive the whoever else. You know what? This didn't happen in my circumstance. But well, I'll just leave it there. I mean, my point is we just have to, just get on with the life, man. I mean, you have a whole life ahead of you. Like, look out that window, like wherever a window is in your house. Go look out the window. Go stand on the porch. Breathe that air, man. Like you have, you have a life. You wake up every day. God blesses you with a life every day. I mean, just breathe that air in, man. I mean, yeah, it's polluted air. Whatever you're gonna do, everything is polluted in this world. But just breathe, man. I mean, just breathe. Inhale, exhale. You're alive. You're alive, and I mean, if you're healthy, that's just a huge, huge, huge bonus. Because without health, what good is anything, really? I mean, even if you had your little kid in your life, what good is health? Or what good is that little kid if you don't have health to enjoy that little kid, or in my case, somebody a little bit older than that? I mean, of course, you want that person in your life regardless, but count your blessings, man. Just be thankful for what you have. I mean, and your kid will come around. Like, a lot of these kids wake up one day. Like, these kids, like, some of them don't. I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of them do. I've seen these videos where a lot of these videos say, "Oh, these kids don't, wake up." Oh, but they sure do. There's kids waking up every day from this stuff. I mean, a lot of times 10-year-olds figure this out. At 10 years old, they figure out something ain't right with my mother telling me something about my father. Just things don't add up. Like, even little kids start to put this stuff together. I mean, really, your kid will come around. I'm sure of it. Just pray to God and put faith in God and leave it in his hands and say, God, I'm hurt. I'm broken over this. You're a just God, Get to know God, man. Like, don't let your kid be your God. Don't let your kid rule your life, dictate your emotions. And, we all know you love your kid. I love my kid too. But you know what? You got your life to live, man. Your son or daughter will come around, I mean, when the time is right. But until then, to seek God out, live your life, hang out with your friends if you got them, hang out with your family if you got that. I know some of you probably have other kids, which is good. You know, hang out with them. Be a father to them. Let them call you daddy. Let them love on you. Because the one that's being alienated from you, deep down inside, they love you too. And behind closed doors, hey man, you never know. I'm like, a lot of these kids out here really, really, really want to get to know, you know, the other parent. But in front of, mommy or daddy, whoever's doing the alienating, a lot of these kids, maybe it's because they feel like they have to in order to keep the peace. You never know what's going on over there. Just like I don't know what's going on in my situation. My kid doesn't reach out to me, but you know what? No love lost, because I don't know the whole story. So I mean, but what I do know is she's old enough to walk to a mailbox and uh, drop a letter in there and then push it through the mail. But she's not doing it, and that's fine. If that's where she's at, that's where she's at, man. Like really, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just like I said. I'm getting on with my life. And when the time is right for you, you do the same thing. I mean, that's I know this video. I don't like doing these videos, man, because it's just like, I don't know. But I just kind of feel like, maybe I can help somebody or something. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm just encouraging you, like, don't move on too soon. Like, make sure you do everything you possibly can do. But you know what? After a while, it gets exhausting, because you've been through so much already that by the time you actually get to reach back out to your kid in some kind of way, even if it's just a Facebook thing or even Twitter, Instagram, or whatever your way of communicating with them is, I mean, by that time you might even be a little exhausted, through and just make, don't burn yourself out, man. It's not worth it. I mean, it's just not worth it. So just get on with your life, and put it in God's hands and let him take care of it. I know that's a lot easier said than done for most of us, but there's a God up there, and he loves you, and he's not going to sit there and let some fluky court system play you out of your kid. Some of these kids never end up coming around. They never do. And I'm not going to sit here and pump your head full of peanut butter and jelly and sit there and say that, it's kind of a weird way to put it, but you know what I'm trying. I'm not going to sit here and hand you a bowl of cotton candy and say your kid's going to come around. Maybe they never will. But you know what? There's a good chance that they will come around. A lot of these kids do. Maybe it might be later on in life. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it'll be 5 minutes from now. You just never know. You never know. So, but God does know, and go to him for answers. But don't go to God like he's a slot machine either. Try to have a relationship with him. Like, if you're going to go to him for stuff, do it with the intentions of living for him and, getting to know him, like form a relationship with God through Jesus. Do it in the confines of a relationship. Don't just sit there and walk up to God like he's a some kind of, whatever you want to call it, like a gumball machine. Like you put your little 25 cents in there and you twist a lever and you just get your little bag of goodies. Like he's I mean, he might throw you a freebie, sure, but really, I mean, don't go. I mean, God's worth more than that. But he will help you. So I don't know. I guess that's all I really have to say. And I hope this video helps somebody. And if you want to leave a comment, I don't care if you are an alienating parent, the one that alienated your kid. We can talk, but I'm not gonna, if you're gonna be disrespectful, I'm just gonna ignore you. Period. I'm not even like that. I don't pay people any mind. Disrespectful people. I don't argue in my real life. I don't walk around with a chip on my shoulder. I'm not some tough guy. I don't cause trouble. I'm not like that, man. I don't argue in real life or on social media. And the reason I say this is because I know it's a touchy subject and sometimes things can get a little out of hand. I just ignore people, man. That's what I do. I don't even feed into it. So, but if it's something that, if you have any questions or whatever, even if you disagree with something I said, fine. I mean, we could talk about it, but keyword is, communicate, not be belligerent and stupid about it. But we can definitely communicate if you want to. So the comment section is down there. Have a nice day.